We don't talk about sex, religion, and politics. You still want to use them, please do it in a way that no one gets offended. And a new rule. It's for your information that this meeting is being recorded and uploaded into social media platforms like YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, etc. So please be mindful of what you speak. Now, what is today's topic? I'm not saying. Please, today's theme. Every beginning might be a miracle. Now, at this time, I'm not getting any miracles in my life. I think a lot of miracles are yet to happen. But joining Toastmasters is a miracle for everyone, I believe. At some point of time, you may realize that. And today, team members are giving their icebreakers. Please congratulate them once. I hope you give your amazing and just be calm on your stage. To give like few speeches, the stage will be your home. You'll be more comfortable here rather than sitting there. TM Dinesh. Harsha.
Thank you so much, Master Rani. A very good evening, each and everyone present here. Thank you for that. Well, Master Harsha, and I've been presiding on for a very, very long time. I've been wanting to do one thing. That's the only reason I asked Dinesh, can you take off presiding officer of today's meeting? Let me open the meeting. I've been wanting to do this for a very, very long time. I would like to declare the meeting open. Well, I can see a whole guest today in this meeting, and I'm very delighted to see a lot of faces. Thank you for making it this hour today and choosing to be in a Toastmasters meeting. Well, let's start from Sree. Yeah. If you can just introduce yourself and tell a bit about yourself, would like to get to know about you a little bit more. Hello all, I'm Ritwik. I'm from CSE. I stay in Hyderabad. Okay, I pursue all my education in Hyderabad itself, and I came to Bangalore, especially the Amrita, because to escape Hyderabad. Because it's very routine from Hyderabad, but as I came to Bangalore, Hyderabad is way best than Bangalore. For touching my heart, I'm from Hyderabad. I've come to Bangalore to escape from Hyderabad, but yeah, Hyderabad is always the best. Can you introduce yourself?
Hello everyone, I'm Sree from CSE department earlier. I'm from Telangana itself. And yeah, it's in Khammam district. And I don't know why I came to you first. I don't have a reason. Maybe I can just say that I have a cousin here. It's because of COVID, I don't know why I ended up here. I have two hobbies now. Like I do work out every day. I do read books before sleeping. Yeah, that's my hobbies here as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So much to take away, reading books, working out every day.
So, hello guys, good evening, and this is Rishik from CSE department. And first of all, I don't know how I landed up in Amrita School of Engineering, Bangalore. During my after my second year, my dad asked me to join Amrita. I was like, no, uniform now I come there. But now I ended up here, and I approached BSN for Toastmasters thing, but in first year, I couldn't join. But yeah, now I'm really interested to join, so I joined. That's it. Yeah, and I'm from Andhra. Thanks.
You're Rishik, right? I remember.
Hello everyone, I'm Bhavana. I'm from PhD second year. I'm from Andhra district. My hobbies are playing, dancing. Actually, they change according to my mood. Sometimes reading books, sometimes just going crazy with my friends. That's totally insane and so many hobbies actually. Dancing.
Thank you so much, every one of you. Well, one common thing is that all of us don't know why we landed up here, but once you come to fourth year, I'm pretty sure that you won't regret it. All right, now proceeding to the second segment of the TMoD address, that's the announcement. Dinesh gave me quite a big list. Let me go through it. First one, we're having a rendezvous meeting with Standard Chartered and Speaker Squad. That's going to happen on 24th, and it's a Saturday. The meeting venue is not in Amrita School of Engineering, it's in Bellandur Standard Chartered Company. So if someone's interested, you know who to approach. And we'll definitely be taking out roles and everything. So other than role takers as well, whoever wants to attend, please do go ahead. It's a great opportunity. And the second one, the Toastmasters of the month for the month of August are Toastmaster Vinay, Toastmaster Dinesh, and Toastmaster Rahul. I think you have to applause, please. And the gold takers for the month of August are Toastmaster Dinesh, please keep the applause going on. Toastmaster Dinesh, Toastmaster Madhumitha, Toastmaster Praneeth, Toastmaster Harsha, Toastmaster Shambhavi, Toastmaster 𝙼𝙨𝙩𝙪𝙩𝙚, Toastmaster Vinay, and Toastmaster Vijaya. Thank you so much. And we have three new additions in the club. That's Toastmaster Shivansh, Toastmaster Jagadeesh, and Toastmaster Uthejitha. A big round of applause for them, please. Thank you for joining Toastmaster Amrita. We hope that you have a great this month. Now, reminder, fill the roll sheet and make sure that whenever the TMoD reminder comes up, or when you take up a role outside the club, make sure that you fill the form so that the points will get counted. Alright, one more announcement. Toastmaster Vinay, here it comes at last. Toastmaster Vinay completed level 1 in the pathway engaging forward. A big round of applause, please. And our very own Toastmaster Tahirya and Toastmaster Ram Akhatya made to the leadership development program in around 144 nominations. Only 42 people got into leadership development program, and Toastmaster Tahirya and Ram are part of it. A big round of applause. Well, that's it with the announcement. And coming to today's theme, every beginning might be a miracle. And I believe that to a great extent. Because all the beginnings are not very fast. When we start something, we might be really slow at it, or we might really not be good at it. But there is this one moment where you realize that that beginning means a lot. I'll tell you what that beginning is at the end of the meeting. But today we have Toastmaster Rahul, who is going to take us ahead with this particular theme and shed light on this particular theme, on how to go about it and his perspective about it. On to the stage, Toastmaster Rahul.
Hello everyone. Pleasant good evening. Good evening. Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Harsha, for introducing me. Let's go into the theme. Every beginning might be a miracle. How many of you have tasted success in the beginning of your journey? Oh, it seems no one. Okay then. How many of you experienced failure in the beginning of your journey? Can anyone share? Nice. Then in the theme we can see a word miracle, which is at the last of the page. But still, miracle sounds hard to do. So miracle can be happen in two ways, which is one from success and the other from failure. Every beginning is a miracle itself. So 100 years back, 𝘼𝙨𝙪𝙪𝙚𝙪, who is the founder of our Toastmaster Internationals, he's also got like in 1904, March 24th, he gave an unofficial Toastmaster meeting, whereas it took some time. Around 1924, he started an official Toastmaster Internationals. Whereas now Toastmasters with 280,000 plus members 14,700 plus clubs in 144 countries. As we see, 4 pillars make our rooms strength or meaningful. Like that in our meeting also we have 4 pillars who are general evaluator and our tag team members. Let's introduce our general evaluator for the day, Toastmaster Durga, who says, I relate to the meeting so much, believe it or not. I started reading late. I was an outdoor kid who climbs the tree. I stepped into books. I knew it was the miracle life happened placed in front of me. Let's welcome Toastmaster Durga.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rahul. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, excuse me for not turning on the video because I'm on the road, but I'm very happy to be attending the meeting. I can see a lot of pretty things while listening to you, beautiful people. So, plus there. Once again, good evening, Toastmasters and guests. For anybody who in the meeting who does not know what a general evaluator does, is basically I'll be evaluating the entire meeting, all the sorry, all the role takers in the call, and I would give my evaluation with the help of 3 very important people: timer, our counter, and grammarian. So let me first introduce today's timer, Toastmaster Shivansh. Toastmaster Shivansh, if you're in the call, please take over and give your explanation on what the timer role is and how you're going to proceed with it.
Hello. So today's theme is every beginning is a miracle, and coincidentally, it is also the beginning of my Toastmasters journey. And talking about time, I don't think anyone understands the importance of time more than a student or an employee stuck in a traffic jam of Bangalore. They know the importance of time more than anyone. So today, my role is time the meeting, time the speeches. Now, during the speeches should be reminded. The icebreaker speech is about to last 6 minutes with 30 seconds buffer. At 4 minutes, I will be raising the green card. At 5 minutes, I will raise the yellow card. And at 6 minutes, I will be raising the red card. The prepared speeches are to last 7 minutes with a buffer amount of 30 seconds. At 5 minutes, I will be raising the green card. At 6 minutes, I will be raising the yellow card. And at 7 minutes, I will raise the red card. The individual evaluation should be around 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I will again raise the yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I will raise the red card again with a 30 seconds. Thank and I wish all of you luck. And Toastmaster Durga can take over again.
Thank you very much, Shivansh. Thank you for giving us a detailed explanation of all the times of all the segments that are going to happen in the meeting. Next, we have somebody who will act as our counter of the day, and that is Toastmaster Janani. And when I asked Toastmaster Janani what she has to say about the theme, she told me she's a person who believed, she said on May 20th, she texted the tab Instagram handle, and little did she know that it would be indeed the miracle that she was hoping for. And I'm pretty sure that is the thing that everybody in the meeting will say about tab. So happy to hear that, Toastmaster Janani. Please take over.
Thank you, Toastmaster Durga. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. I'm Janani and I'll be the R counter for today's meeting. The purpose of R counter is to note down the words and sounds which sound as a crutch or filler words by anyone, which are being used by anyone who speaks during the meeting. I will listen to words which are being used as filler words such as and also listen to words which are being overused such as and, well, so, like. I will also listen to certain phrases which are being used over and over again. For example, this means, you know, etc. I will be back with my report at the end of the meeting. Thank you. Over to Toastmaster Durga.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Janani, for this introduction and for explaining what you do in the meeting today. And third, I have somebody who will be the grammarian of the day, and that is Toastmaster Jasvitha. She says she's a person who believes that everything we do will be a miraculous experience. So I say go, she says to go for things that you really want to do and make your beginnings. Toastmaster Jasvitha, please explain your role.
Hello everyone, I'm Jasvitha, and as the theme says, every beginning is a miracle. And this is my first offline meeting, so I can say our offline journey starts here. So as a grammarian, my job is to listen to all of the speeches very carefully and make track of all the wonderful words you use and make track of the grammatical mistakes you do and you my report at the end. And as a grammarian, I have to look at your grammatical mistakes or your grammatical marvels, your wonderful thoughts and your ideas, your idioms, and I have to make track of them. And as a grammarian, I also have to give you the word of the day and the idiom of the day. Word of the day is astute, which is smart or clever, and usage in a word in a sentence is making a son tell the king it was raining fish. It was a very astute definition of scenario. Now the idiom of the day, the whole 9 yards. It is to know everything about a particular topic and to try hard, doing everything with chip and do. And the usage is the surgeon went whole 9 yards to save the fish. So I'll be back with my report at the end of this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jasvitha, for explaining your role and giving the word of the day and idiom of the day. And that is it from my team for now. I'll be back during the evaluation session with my tag team and my set of evaluators. Till then, I hope you all do a miraculous job today. Over to Toastmaster Rahul.
As today's meeting is a speech marathon, we have only two segments. The first segment is prepared speeches and the other one is evaluations. So let's start or let's begin with the prepared speeches, which is Miracle One Toastmaster Speaker One Toastmaster Madhumitha, who says she likes to challenge myself and create new bonds. Before her speech, let's introduce our speech evaluator Toastmaster Harsha. He says a fourth-year BTech student. Toastmaster Dinesh, sorry, a BTech student who is as confident as flat earthers in his life.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rahul. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. Good evening. Well, a special good evening to Toastmaster Madhumitha, who is attempting her level 1 project 2 in the pathway presentation mastery. The purpose of this project is for the learner or the viewer learn or review the basic methods for writing a speech in defined purpose to present or organize speech on any topic. The timing limit for speech is 5 to 7 minutes, and that's it. And the personal goal of my target speaker is to know the speech style after completing the speech and how to deliver the speech effectively. So all the best to Master Niharika, Master.
Welcome, Toastmaster Madhumitha. Toastmaster Madhumitha, silence, Toastmaster Madhumitha.
Thank you so much. Good. Starters and guests. Yes. Clear question. Question for the building. Okay. What's one word which disappears the instant you say its meaning? What's one word which disappears the instant you say its meaning? Yes, exactly. Silence. We live in a world with unwanted noises and sounds surround us and pursue us wherever we go. Right from the morning alarm to the notifications we get before our sleep. We unconsciously live in a world where noises affect us very badly. Silence. That is the only thing that we miss. There are many types of silences. According to me, silence is something which has benefits in one's life. but also a way of communication. I thought the communication style, there are three types of silence. First, comes the psycholinguistic silence that are delivered during creative speak, social cultural silence, which is a silence between the culture of the other countries. Silence is very eloquent in its own way. It gives many feelings that speech and sound cannot have. It in many ways. For example, when a teacher asks us a question, I don't know. Okay, then next, when the whole class chits at when the whole class is full of energy, suddenly class goes silent. You don't know what is it. Yes. And if I encounter silence in my book, still from my interview, I can still feel no it's no but only silence begins. You know what? We enjoy. That silence made me realize the value of my friendship. Silences makes us feel very worth, some guilty, but even and some silences even more stronger. You know, silence between people can be more important. The 2021 study of US, the conducted a survey where 51 people were given a task to speak with either speech, speech or noise in the background. And what the result was, the people who preferred silence over sound noise uh, were, had the least stress levels and low loads on them. It has numerous benefits too. And the silence when we deliver a speech means a lot. It also uh, it also gives us pleasure. It allows us to rest. It allows us to think. It allows us what to do. Moreover, the silence is a way to respect one people. Just like how we observe silence on 30th Jan at 11 a.m. every year. It means just a word for some people. Some people welcome silence, but for others who are very topical and who chit chat all the day, for them that one word is enough to make the skin crawl. Skin crawl. In my life, I have experienced a lot. I have seen that the silence promotes inner confidence. It helps me to trust people. It helps me to think clearly and um, declutter my thoughts. It does not helps us to declutter our thoughts, but makes our pressure to low down. It has medical benefits. It has even physical benefits. Fight or argue with someone, you be silent. You know the value of what you are. It reflects your character there. And I totally listen. Practice silence 2 minutes a day. It's very effective. But we know that we can't be silent for straight 5 minutes. We need to chit chat. Often, when it surrounds us, we feel very empty. We feel very lonely. So play some music, some podcast, or when we can't be in a calm position. We can't practice silence. Just take the example of the muddy water. Stay still. It is very clear. What I would like to tell is give yourself silence, which is a best friend which helps you to heal and soothe your voice and your soul. It helps you to connect with your soul. It helps you to daydream. It helps you to think clearly and it improves your decision making skills. So, at the last, I would like to tell that silence is golden. That is the saying which goes everywhere. Thank you, and over to Toastmaster Rahul.
It was nice. I'm also a silence guy, but I joined the Toastmaster to make noise. Okay, let's see the second miracle speaker to Toastmaster friendly. For certain people, let's call speech evaluator Harsha, who says a simple guy who loves to smile and make smile. A tennis freak ever ready to speak.
I know you're not it. It's never been together. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rahul. A very good evening to each and everyone present here, and a special good evening to Toastmaster Praneeth. Toastmaster Praneeth is attempting level 2 project of the path strategic relationships, and the project is called cross-cultural understanding. The purpose of this project is for the member to identify his or her own cultural identities and the stereotypes that impact others' perceptions of him or her. Well, Toastmaster Praneeth, I hope that this speech of yours will be thought-provoking as always. All the very best, and back to the Toastmaster today.
Toastmaster Praneeth. Put bonding India together, put bonding India together, Toastmaster Praneeth. I hate when people ask me questions. However, Toastmasters has changed that and joining colleges also changed that. But what by seeing me, what do you understand it first? That I love food. Now you may question, why am I telling questions and this? Because this happens to me every time I go to Subway, right? It was the first, I went to Subway when I was in 2013-14, like 6th or 7th grade. And till then, I only knew McDonald's, okay? McDonald's mein jana, you should go there, order Mekalu Tikki or Happy Meal with chocolate soft serve. That's all I only knew, as I'm from Hyderabad. So that's the only fast food I knew. But I went to Subway one day, right? I went there and a beautiful girl said, "Hi sir, how are you sir?" Now I am so impressed that, whoa, is this girl hitting on me? But I didn't know that it was just a script that you have to ask every customer. After that, sir, what bread do you like? And I said, what bread? There are so many types of bread also. Then, uske baad, she asked, what vegetables do you want? The first thing I asked, is it free? I said, yes. I will put all vegetables, double. Then, she asked sauces. There are 7 types of sauces. Tandoori mayo, sweet mayo, I don't know what. So many sauces. And I asked her again, is it free? She said, yeah, it's free. I said, put them all. Then the bill comes up. It's 500 rupees. Now, I'm sad, but adding to that, a sandwich because of my this thing, it was so soggy and clumsy and all, and it was leaking from everywhere because I have taken so many vegetables and this thing. So why I'm telling you all of this? Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. I'm Praneeth, and today I'm going to speak on cross-cultural understanding, and my topic is about food. So in India, we have 1 billion people, and it's the 7th largest country, right? But still, we have so many different languages, foods. Every 30 to 40 kilometers you go, food changes. Now, why does it change? Because people are of so many different, made up of so many different castes, communities, religions, and beliefs, etc. And those are very very thought-provoking, and they have so many dishes. For example, if you go to a village, I'm not from village basically, but what I observed in village in Telangana is you have good like kulan, natukodi, or other types of dishes. Now, there you can't find poultry. I'm talking about like 10 or 15 years ago. Now, everywhere KFC and I've destroyed everything. So, nothing, I'm not going to talk about that. But 10 years ago, like in villages, you would find only normal ragi sangati and this all traditional dishes like ambali and all. But that was their diet. Now, in towns like Vijayawada and all, in the mid 2000s, they were like fry piece biryani was becoming famous because people from all parts of Andhra Pradesh started coming there to find livelihood. Now to suit all of them, you can't just make all of these dishes which take 40 to 50 minutes to make. So biryani was a good option. Now, when you come to Hyderabad, Mumbai, Bangalore, what is this there? You'll find every type of cuisine in this world. Indian, Chinese, Mughalai, continental, Japanese, Thai, I don't know what, not so many dishes are there. And they taste all the same. Everywhere they'll put Ajinomoto and soya sauce. In biryani also they put Ajinomoto for a kind information. So that is because people from all over the country come here. Every religion, every caste people come here, and the food needs to suit to everyone's needs. Now that's what I observed. And in Hyderabad, we have this favorite thing called biryani. After our mother, that's the second favorite thing. Now, generally, I know it was Hyderabad biryani, but these days, my friends and the hotels that are coming up, restaurants, they started a bad thing. I don't like it. It's called mandi. Okay, it's basically a big plate. 4 people eat there. And any of you non-vegetarians, please raise your hands. Yes, a big plate of rice in that chicken or mutton, you have to share with all of, I don't know if your family members, best friends or whatever. How will you eat mutton and chicken by just ripping it apart in how dirty it is? You don't need to be a germ free to know that. And the worst thing is they put mayonnaise and eat it with rice. I don't know, people eat that. It is because they just like it. They have modernified so many Indian dishes, right? Because from mandi you have a lot of sweet kishmish and all dry fruits. We are not generally offended to their taste, so they have changed it. And if you go to other places, for example, I don't like continental food basically. That's what is my opinion. This speech is all about how is my opinion, how people understand my culture. Now, continental food, I just don't like it, Italian, Chinese. But one friend in a hostel says that I don't like Indian food. I like only continental food. Now, he says that I asked him what cuisine you like. He said Italian. I said okay. What dish you like? He said pizza. Oh, nice. What pizza do you like? You know what he said? Achari paneer pizza. He calls himself that he likes Italian food. Now, to find these two French and Italian things, like 4-5 years ago, I went to a place where French people are there. I took a flight and went there. Can you guess which place? What do you know? Oh my God, I thought you would say France. I prepared for that. But I went to Pondicherry. I went to Pondicherry. Thank you. So in Pondicherry, it's very famous for French dishes and it's very traditional there. And the only thing I find there, as an Indian, when I go there, the only two tastes are there is salt and sweet. Okay. Salt chicken, sweet chicken, namkeen chicken, meeta chicken. And if you are bored like me, there's a new variety of chicken. They mix the both namkeen and sweet. What do you know it's called? ORS chicken. ORS. Didn't get it. So I don't understand, like we are not acquainted, we never generally acquainted to those French tastes and all, and we just modified. I'll just ask you, what is the basic Indian like dish which you have? Like what is the basic dish? Oats, right? Now we have modified oats and called it masala oats. Masala oats you are eating anywhere in the world, you see more people eating masala oats. No, right? So that's how people change according to those their cultures and everything. So I hope you try all of different cultures, and I hope you do everything. Try every new cuisines. Don't go to every time Megana. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmasters. Hello, food. Will you spell it? I don't know. Let's go to the miracle number 3, speaker 3, Toastmaster Vinay. Yes. Who says, I'm an introvert who loves to be an extrovert whenever my friends are around and enjoy eating people. Before the speech, let's call speech evaluator Toastmaster Vinuthna says, in reality, coffee is the best happening thing of life, adding to the tune of PDS. Besides being who start every series but barely ends one. What do you Toastmaster?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rahul. Hello, fellow tapsters and guests. This is Vinuthna with the complete honors of evaluating our third speaker, Toastmaster Vinay. Toastmaster Vinay is attempting his L2P1 in the path engaging humor with the project. With the purpose of the project is for the member to begin developing a collection of humorous stories and to present a speech that includes humor. All the very best, Vinay, and over to you, Rahul.
Toastmaster Vinay, oh my god exams, Toastmaster Vinay. Vinuthna, is this position okay?
Yes, it is.
Thermometer is not the only thing which gets degrees because studying. There are other few people who answer this. A very good morning to the Toastmasters and guests here. Okay, my mentors. A very good evening to the Toastmasters and guests here. I am Toastmaster Vinay. I used to have a daily routine. I'm going to say it today. Wake up, get up, ID card check up, and watching girls without makeup. And you know what? Whenever I think I'm happy at a particular moment of time, there is this one thing which comes like a toy. I thought of giving it a try. It made me a deep try, and it went to scale. After that, I came to know that word. You know what happened? I spent the whole 9 years to know about that. But no one knows that, oh my God, exams. But when I came to know that I'm having exams for next week, I went into my room, closed the door, I opened my laptop. And I started browsing. Harsha, why are you laughing? I'm just downloading the PPT for my exam. No. After that, I came to know that there are no PPTs in the Google Drive, and then I took my notes. I read it for 30 minutes, and I came to know that I haven't attended any of my classes. So I was thinking how I read all my notes for 30 minutes. You know how? I just opened the book and started thinking, what is Elon Musk doing? I know he's creating some alien with human beings. After that, there comes the day when every person thinks they are so intelligent, and then they start planning new strategies to pass exams. I sat there, I studied for 1 hour. The first 10 minutes, I studied my PPTs. For the next 10 minutes, I revised my notes. And after that, I was so serious with my exams. I took my book, I got the pen, and I started seeing studies. After that, there's this one friend who came towards me
I said, hey, look at the lazy giant sleeping there. I went inside. I was seeing lazy giant sleeping there. And you know what? He somehow passes every exam. Toastmaster Rahul, you're right, miracles could happen. There comes the day before exam. A person with a wonderful hairstyle came towards me. You know who? He started asking me about a concept. And I was very curious to tell him. I explained him the whole concept. At the ending, he asked me a doubt. I was so happy that he listened throughout the concept and understood. I was very curious. I asked what's the doubt. He said, bro, oh, from which subject does this concept belongs? I was like, tomorrow you are having an exam and you don't know even the subject's name. Even that happens for every exam. That doesn't matter. The day arrives, the exam day. I was just waiting outside the examination hall, and there is this one senior who came in front of me. I know him very well, and he asked me what exam, bro. I said, bro, we are having some ITC exam. He said, oh, it's easy. Then I said, oh, then how much did you score in that exam? He said, 26, 27, 21. I said, bro, but I asked only one subject once. He said, yes, I said one subject once. And I was like looking at him with a question mark. Then with a smiling face, he said, supplies do matter. I know most of you don't know about supplies. Normally don't know about supplies. Okay. I went into the examination hall. I'm having a lot of bad luck with me. You know what? Even if they keep open book exams, I'll forget my book also and go into the exam. After that, I was just praying to God and reading someone's answer. I remember a very good. There is this one Evaluator called Vijaya ma'am, who's my favorite faculty. She came towards me and gave me the question paper. I have a strong philosophy saying that if you cry seeing the question paper, it's an insult. If your teacher cries seeing your answer paper, it's an achievement. After that, I started looking at the question paper. The first question. Let me tell you. Raju is a plumber. He is also a club member. What is Janani's phone number? I was just having no idea. What is Janani's phone number? What? I was just thinking, and I got your conclusion that I'm gonna fail. I looked behind. There were three of my friends who were staring at the question paper with hopelessness. I can see depression in one of my friends' face. And then I realized that I'm not gonna make it. I decided to somehow pass in the exam. So I went to the second question. It's written that find out the answer. I took my calculator and revised it for calculated the sum for 30 minutes. And I got syntax error. Finally. After that, my exam got over and I was waiting for the results. The results arrived. And you know what? I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you know the relationship between time and me? Okay. Time always passes as I do. Just this is my chronicle of my exam time. What do you say, Rahul? What do you
It was really it was a miracle for teacher for Toastmasters. Who is a BTech student struggling between finding a job and clearing backlogs? Says going to Viধানসভা calms me down. Before that, let's call a speech evaluator, Toastmaster Sumukh, who says someone loves travel, good meals, hoping that all beginning be a miracle. What do you Toastmaster Sumukh? Toastmaster Sumukh? You can unmute yourself.
Hey, I'm sorry. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Because if I don't respond in these situations, people automatically assume I'm sleeping. So just a heads up. Let me just turn on my video. Okay. So good evening, everyone. This is Sumukh, and I will be evaluating Toastmaster Pratap today. Toastmaster Pratap will be attempting a speech from level 4 of innovative planning. So the purpose of this project is for the member to practice developing a plan, building a team, and fulfilling the plan with the help of his or her team. And the purpose of this first speech is for the member to give a short overview of his plan or his project. Okay, I can't understand my handwriting. I'm so sorry. So timer, please note that the time limit is from 2 to 3 minutes. So you can show the green card at 2.5 yellow and 3 minutes red. So all the best, Toastmaster Pratap. Over to you, Rahul.
Toastmaster Pratap, invitation, Toastmaster Pratap. How many of you know our club strength? Tell us. Okay, 38, 39. What's the exact figure? Toastmaster Govind, sorry. 38, right? Okay. How many of you know all the 38 members of our club? Name them. Okay, don't. Fine. We are a club of 38 members, and we don't know most of us. I mean, we might know, but don't know most of the people. Like, we are not very good friends with most of them. And what might be the reason for it? Okay. Let's just think this club is a college. What if we indulge completely in our academics and do nothing except academics? No extracurricular activities, nothing. No clubs and all. We don't know any people. We don't know people from our section itself. So this happens when when all the club members are very busy giving speeches, coming speech marathons, and taking up roles and all. So I thought maybe we can take a break for once. So this speech of mine is an invitation to the next meeting, which is not going to be the formal Toastmasters meeting. Unlike the formal Toastmasters meeting, next meeting is going to be a fun session where we don't have debates or table topics or evaluations. It will be mostly of a series of events or extra activities where everyone participates and get to know each other. Last time, who remembers the last time we had a function? Well, most of you didn't have a conversation. So our next meeting, which is going to be on 21st September, Wednesday, is going to be informal Toastmasters meeting. And last time we have a conversation where Toastmaster Durga played a song and we all have to get that song, and Toastmaster Vinuthna gave a color and we have to note down a few things which are of that color. And a lot of people got nicknames from that activities. That's the good thing about these fun activities. We get nicknames and we get to know a lot of people. So the next meeting is going to be something in the lines of knowing people each other well. And that's the objective for the next meeting. And yes, I hope everyone will be coming to the meeting. And there are a lot of surprises. I mean, the events I don't want to disclose, but there are a little surprise. Actually, it's not surprise. I didn't even plan yet. So, if you guys have any ideas, if you have any ideas about the fun activities, you can just approach me. And yes, let's have a great informal fun session for the next meeting. Thank you. What do you want, Master Rahul? Interested to join fun meeting. Okay, let's see the miracle number 5, speaker 5, Toastmaster Jagadeesh.
Who's studying in the same field? Hobbies are reading books, listening to music, watching theater. Love helping needy people, and specialists are Python, data analytics, data science. He loves to learn new things. Before we speak, let's call speech evaluator Vishnu, who says he also listens song when he feels sad. I like to go long drive on bicycle. Loves to run places, love to make memes and funny videos. We can't change the situation which is wrong, but we can entertain the situation by making memes. What do you think?
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and a special good evening to my target speaker, Toastmaster Jagadeesh. Toastmaster Jagadeesh, he recently joined the club, and now he is giving his first icebreaker speech, the pathways leadership skills. The purpose statement for the speaker is for the member to introduce himself or herself to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. And this guy, Jagadeesh, is a person who is trying very hard about the club in recent days, just like 9 yards to get to know about the club. We have seen him many days during our club, the WhatsApp group, interacting with everyone. I hope that he will give his speech just like an attitude. With that being said, Jagadeesh, come and go along this stage.
Toastmaster Jagadeesh, icebreaker, Toastmaster Jagadeesh.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Let me introduce about myself. This is my first meeting in Toastmasters at Amrita, Bangalore. So let me start quickly. So do you know where I was born? I was born in a place where we won 1971 Warfield. Any guesses? Germany? No. Bangladesh? No. It is also popularly known as City of Destiny. Visakhapatnam. Yeah, you are true. I was born in Visakhapatnam, the City of Destiny. So forgot I forgot to introduce my name. This is Jagadeesh. Yeah. So let me start about introducing myself. About me. So during childhood, I was so happy, and I used to spend a lot of time with my friends, and I used to bunk classes a lot. And also, I used to watch cricket, but I love to play cricket, but my dad won't allow me to play cricket because what happens if you fail on the ground? Who is going to take care of you? What about your studies? So, my dad hasn't let me to play cricket, but I love professional cricket. And I also love to serve people a lot, which makes me feel happier. And also, like, I'm a movie lover who, like, I love genres such as thriller, horror, and romantic. And coming to my till my 10th grade, everything was going good and everything was pretty decent. Here comes the what we say my struggles of my life from my 11th and 12th. I actually want to choose bio as my stream, but I don't know how to draw a curve perfectly. So my dad hasn't let me to do that. So I ended up in management and engineering. Fortunately or unfortunately, I had ended up in Amrita. So from then, here I chose computer science as my profession, and I want to excel in that. And my aim is not to end up in IT industry. I want to do a service to people. So I want to be a civil servant who wants to develop the nation and who wants to serve people and helps the needy people. So this is my profession. This is my future ambition. So that's it. Thank you.
Let's give a time was a nice introduction. Let's go to the next speaker. Speaker number 6, Toastmaster Vijaya. She is very bold actually. Her voice, I like her voice is confidently. Before that, let's call a speech evaluator Toastmaster Niharika. The fitness freak decides study week, trying to explore different series and books, but ends up with watching some fitness or academic stuff. Over to you, Toastmasters. Niharika.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rahul, for that introduction. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. Today, I will be evaluating Toastmaster Sree. Toastmaster Sree will be attempting her L2P2 in path Dynamic Leadership. The purpose of the project is for the member to learn about different communication styles and identify one's primary style. Timer, please note the time. Time limit is of 5 to 7 minutes. All the best, Toastmaster Sree. Over to the TMoD.
Toastmaster Sree, initiative Toastmaster Sree.
Namaste. Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Toastmasters and my dear guests. I'm just checking out like whether you are aware from next hour. Good evening. Good evening to fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. This is Vijaya Sree Govind. I have a question for you all. What is communication? Can anyone? Thank you for your response. Okay.
Communicating.
Okay. Thank you for your responses. Communication isn't just a matter of giving or sending, receiving the information. There is a great saying that communication is not about what we speak. Communication is about ensuring others hear what we mean. In my view, communication is the powerful weapon which can build empire or destroy empire. The decision is yours to stand on which side of the balance. According to me, while communicating, everyone must implement 𝙬𝙤𝙧𝙙𝙪. What is 𝙬𝙬𝙧𝙪? A for audience, G for goal, E for environment. Audience. Every communicator must be aware about what kind of audience they are speaking to. Goal. Every communicator must be aware about the goal of the communication and must check out whether the goal of the communication is accomplishing or not. Environment. The communicator must be able to decide whether to communicate or not at that particular moment, depending on the situation. As we know, in our lives, communication plays a part, and it is so important. In the same way, the style of the communication is also play a part, and it is equally important as communication. There are 4 styles of communication: direct, supportive, and analytical, and initiating. What is direct communication style? The direct communication style make others' objectives obvious. They say exactly what they mean. Generally, the voice of tone is forthright and being explicit and unambiguous is their priority. For example, our Toastmaster Vishnu. Supportive communicational style. Supportive communicational style is to give support at both verbal and non-verbal. In times of stress, heartbreak, and at both the physical and emotional damage. And the intention behind support is to assist them to give like who wants that support at that moment. And for example, our Toastmaster Harsha. Analytical communicational style. Analytical communication style prioritizes logic and thoroughness. Analytical person just emphasizes the complex data and facts rather than appealing to the emotions. And for example, our Toastmaster Dinesh. The persons who use the initiating style of communication will be sociable, enthusiastic, energetic, and fun-loving. They come across as self-assured and innovative. And initiating communication style is my cup of tea. And I consider myself as a enthusiastic, and I try to be in that way. I just share a small story to say like how the communicational style have an impact. The story goes by like this. A judge after trial decided not to hang out the accused because he found he's not guilty of crime. And he says that hanging not living, but the clerk types as hanging living not. So an innocent died. So this is how we need to face the consequences because of a bad communicational style. I encountered many experiences in my life which resulted in roller coaster of emotion. One such experience is I used to help out a girl in academics regarding the assignments and projects, like irrespective of my work, and just whole 9 hours. Then, like she thought that at the end I got to know it. She thought that I was helping because I was expecting something from her. And the same incident, the same situation, the same health concern in another experience got me a gang of best friends. So human to human, side to side, instant to instant, impact changes. So initiate your thoughts and just find out to which communication style you all belong to. And thank you all for your valuable time.
Was my speech. Let's go to the next speaker, Toastmaster Uthejitha, who says she is pursuing engineering in ECE branch. But first official meeting of Toastmasters, I am here to give an idea. Before that, let's call our speech evaluator Toastmaster Govind, who says, I believe there is a miracle in every new meeting. The outcome might not be in your favor sometimes, but during the process, everybody faced something unexpected, something interesting. That is miracle for me. Let's call.
Very good evening to the Toastmasters and girls and their social maintenance in the target to the Toastmasters. Uthejitha. So she is delivering her icebreaker speech very relevant in the past virtual to explain. So the purpose of the project is for the network to introduce themselves to the class and learn basic structure of public speech.
Toastmaster Uthejitha, title Toastmaster Uthejitha.
Hey all, so good evening, heavy hands, loosen up. Yeah. So initially I thought I would just come on the stage, talk about my past, present, and my future in Toastmasters, but my mentor, Toastmaster Dinesh, insisted on making a script, write down all the points, making a rehearsal for 4 to 5 times, and then go on the stage. And I was like, okay, fine. And he's like, make a title. What title? Make a title when I had to, like all my situations, experiences in life, I just can't put one word and then name my life with a title. So I thought, okay, fine, let me think the title. So I got many topics: friends, college, canteen, library, or clubs, many things. And then I decided on 2 topics, so I would like to share them with you. My first topic is Amrita. Everything about Amrita here. I was never a nerd. Trust me, I was never a nerd. After joining here, I started sitting the first bench. I don't know why. Even my lunch break, actually the first bench to eat my lunch, So my friends, I have only I have a couple of friends. Okay, yeah. So I sit in the first bench, I told you. But only 3 things I have in front of me: teacher, blackboard, and a projector. I was an astute. What did I say? I was an astute in the class. I had a lot of enthusiasm to learn new things. Even the teacher tells a small point, I would go home and Google it and know more about it. So that was about my college and my experiences in the college. Talking about my clubs, I was a part of many clubs. Thing is, when you are with your friends or when you're in the clubs or when you're in the college gang or college or books or canteen, it's just a font. Okay, how long can you stay in the font and think this is my word? No. So here comes the dragon clubs. Clubs are the main things where you try exploring. You have to know many things like you will get to know many people in the clubs. You have to deal with them. You have to argue with them because not everybody is right. So arguments happen. So all that happens in the club. So initially, when I thought about, I got to know about the club ACE Club, Amrita Center for Entrepreneurship, which is my favorite club. My mentor was talking about that in the classroom. I was like, okay, fine, let me apply for ACE. Then I searched the whole 9 yards of entrepreneurship to apply for the secretary post. So I applied. I had many doubts. My friend helped me on how to make a presentation. Like what all points should I add in my presentation? So he also applied. I also applied. But I got the post. He helped me, but I got the post. I was happy for that because that was my first try and I got the post. I did many things in the club and while choosing the interview, while having the interview for choosing the executives, I had to make some astute decisions because I have to spend the entire year with them. It's not like I simply take my 10 friends and put them in the executive role. No, you have to spend the entire 10 years with them. Entire 1 year with them, give them roles, give them positions and stuff. So I would like to thank Madhumitha and Praneeth for putting Toastmasters event on the WhatsApp status so that I could see their stories. And then I contacted Praneeth. He asked me to go to Govind, so I got to know things about that. And also Harsha, thank you. I spoke to you over the phone. He told me the interview process, how he got selected. that was nice. Many things. So one of the reasons for joining here in Toastmasters is that I like networking. I like to stay with many people. I like to I like to get to know more things. So I'm a very enthusiastic person. So I like to get to know more things. Right. Okay, fine, hang on. And also, my name is Uthejitha. I'm from ECE. I'm from ECE. Okay. I want to work in Tesla as a qualitative manager. I want to start our own company like Tesla. Thank you.
Let's call our last speaker, Toastmaster Shambhavi. Who's a cheerful personality that aims to learn something new every day. Before that, let's call speech evaluator Toastmaster Sourabh, who's an anime nerd who loves coffee and seeing views from his balcony in Coimbatore. Loves to speak and try new things, sometimes both at the same time. What do you Toastmaster Sourabh?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rahul, and good evening, Toastmasters and guests, and a very good evening to my target speaker, Toastmaster Shambhavi. Toastmaster Shambhavi will be attempting her icebreaker, and this will be her entry into the path presentation mastery. Shambhavi, the goal for you is to learn the structure of a basic public speech. I repeat, learn the structure of a basic public speech and introduce yourself to the club. Timer, please take note of the time. It is 4 to 6 minutes. And looking forward to the club to get the whole 9 yards of you, Toastmaster Shambhavi. Over to you, Toastmaster Rahul.
Toastmaster Shambhavi, milestone 0, Toastmaster Shambhavi.
So, a 0 milestone is a marker that denotes the location, a particular location that measures all the distances in a country from that point. Good morning now. Greetings, distinguished Toastmasters and guests. I am Shambhavi Singh, and today I shall be telling you about my 0 milestone and how it paved the way for me to go through different parts of my life. I was born in Patna, Bihar on 25th September 2003 and moved to Belgaum, Karnataka at the age of 2. I was the eldest among 3 siblings. So of course, my parents enrolled me into every activity or every class they could find. So at the age of 5, I started to learn how to skate. Every morning, my father used to take me to the huge playground near my home, where I had to run laps every morning for more than an hour, crying, sweating, but my father indifferent to all my crying. After that, followed a day of school, after which, again at night, I raced with all the skaters, trying to defeat them and striving my best to be faster than the previous lap. But my days of skating came to an end after we switched our home. But the story doesn't end here. After skating, I switched to karate. So I still remember the days and nights when me and my classmates used to practice a single kick 100 times, learn to maneuver a cane over 200 times, and learn to run an nunchuck 300 times. So during my skating days, my father used to be behind me, shouting, "Go faster, go faster." This time, it was my karate coach. And again, all of these were like the time of skating was like a flashback from the movie Dangal, I tell you. And the karate still was like a replay of the Karate Kid, of course. And after a journey of 5 years, I completed my black belt in karate. And then all of these, I did because I was told to do. I was told by my parents that you have to do this, and I never learned to say no. So I did those. It was never out of my own will. Apart from skating and karate, I also participated for short times in many different activities like swimming, Bharatanatyam, badminton, singing, drawing, abacus, you name it, I did it. But I did try once, and I remember it vividly, to say no to my dad. He called, "Hello. Badminton at 5 today. You have to do." I don't want to do. Badminton, sir. So, and my siblings never were put into every activity like me. At that time, I was jealous of them. Why should I spend my time everywhere in all these classes when they get to enjoy their time doing whatever they want? Days went by, I grew up, and then I realized that all of these activities, even though I didn't want to do them, but all of them added to my personality. And through these activities, I was able to walk the whole 9 yards to accomplish goals that couldn't have been achieved without these activities. I got comfortable at speaking with people, working in a team, communicating, but not at a level I would like to. From my 5th grade, I reduced my extracurriculars, started focusing more on studies. I was the vice captain and captain of my house at school. And then I was a voracious reader, an ambivert, and an avid movie watcher. And in standard 10, I discovered anime. With anime, I started learning Japanese because when you change tab, you can't read the subtitles, but you want to hear what's going on. You want to understand. And after that was 11th and 12th. So days went by with maths, chemistry, physics, and anime. Then I remember my cousins who did engineering, choose any career except engineering. So of course I chose engineering. I got into Amrita and I'm studying electronics and computer engineering. At Amrita, I made friends, joined clubs, of course tried to study. And at Amrita, I came to realize, or it was at my schooling itself, that I was not comfortable approaching people I don't know. I was not open to talking about my ideas or discuss my opinions with friends or professors. As such, I have foreseen for an opportunity of a group or a community with like-minded people who would be working on the same goal as me. and therefore I joined Toastmasters. After joining Toastmasters, I was told to deliver an icebreaker speech. I kept postponing it for months. I finished my script at 12:30 p.m. yesterday and passed it to my mentor. And I'm sure each of us might have passed through this time of decoding your life, but here we are, and we will be better at each point of time, discovering our own zero milestones and we shall keep walking ahead. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. It was a nice introduction. Yeah, we are fine with this debate feature segment. Everyone has exhausted even myself. Okay, let's go a long back. Before 8 features, I said every beginning might be a miracle. So I said miracle has two ways. It can failure or the like let's see, every beginning might be a success. As everyone knows ISRO, we have a mission Mangal. It is a success in the beginning of the project. There was no failure before. Like in the whole world, around 35 projects were there, and only 19 were success to reach Mars. In that, our ISRO team was the first team that reached Mars in their first project itself. Like the beginning had success to them. And then the working on the team was very hard. The people are literally on their seats for 214 days, that is a shift wise. It took 240 days to reach the Mars Earth, and it is still going on. And we can take the other way as a failure. When I result failure, I remember name Thomas Alva Edison, who failed 10,000 times to invent a bulb. He says one good line, it always makes me remember every day, every morning, that the 10,000 times, like I learned how many ways I can spoil my project. In the 10,000 first time, he invented the bulb, and it was a miracle that the whole world enjoying the brightness, even at the night. So we can say that every beginning might be a miracle. Miracle is success or failure. So let's continue with the second segment of evaluations. Toastmaster Durga to take over.
So Toastmaster Durga is not available at this particular time. So I'll be continuing with the general evaluation. Moving on to general evaluation, I would like to call upon the speech evaluator 1 for Madhumitha's speech. Toastmaster Dinesh. Toastmaster Vinay. Question: what's the difference between Toastmaster Madhumitha and both does their work to the utmost perfection? Good evening again, everyone. Well, my evaluation is divided into 3 parts. One is positives, and second is things could have been better, and third is my takeaways from the speech. The first it is positives. When we started with a lot of energy, that is the one thing I like most. And more than a question, which has been explained lately, to start a speech by asking a question, you started with a riddle and took answers from the audience, and everyone did answer. And that riddle itself is related a lot to your speech. In fact, entire speech, and it's a lot contemporary topic which some people are lacking and some are too overdoing it. Silence. Well, you divided your types of islanders into basic and your research that shows your effort. To support the statement, I mean, to support how silence help you, it can be either benefit you or a disadvantage to you. You gave your life instance as an example, how being silent with your friend made you understand the friendship that you both hold. That is one thing. That made me say that this speech belongs to you. You own the speech, and
You also mentioned about a study conducted in US that shows you did your research. And it's not like it's just a speech. It's, you also mentioned there are takeaways from the speech which benefit you. You have to do advantage. You mentioned about that. These are the positives that I saw from the speech. Coming to the can improve part. No matter how I related to the speech topic, it deserves more emphasis is what I thought, because you are asked to follow in the game, not follow, but that is the one thing I request you to do in the next speech. It's a nice topic. And one more thing as well is you mentioned something about January. I didn't get what that day is about. So there are more facts about nature. There are more details about this is actually for everyone who are giving their speeches. Take a pointer that summarizes your entire speech. That makes you remember the whole transition. If we forget or lost in between, you can continue from that. Take your pointers. And the takeaway I have from your speech is in times of fight, be silent when you're talking. That's what your character. The second takeaway is you need to practice silence for 2 days every day. The third takeaway is keep yourself with silence. That is from my side.
Thank you for your detailed evaluation, Toastmaster Dinesh. Now coming to your evaluation. You started with some kind of positives and negatives, and you split it into 3 days. So I would suggest a method called sandwich method. Like you should have been told that it's like they would get some kind of knowledge about that. And coming to the evaluation segment, you spoke about all positives, and I know that you got some kind of pauses, so try to reduce them. And I would like to cover a few points which you have not covered. So while giving a speech, you are like just looking outside to recall it. That's not a problem, but to suggest that reduce that, so it would be better. And the way you have given the takeaways was very nice. And also, it would be better if you have given some kind of challenge to prepare when and deliver another speech next time. So it would be better. And I did not understand the 38th January. So you could have been more specific. That's about my evaluation. So I would like to call upon the speech evaluator to Toastmaster Harsha to deliver his evaluation.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vinay. Don't. Second thing, don't go to Meghna. That's what Toastmaster Praneeth said, and I think we shouldn't go to Meghna. Every time I eat a paneer biryani there, it's not even biryani. That too coming from Hyderabad. Every time I feel that I'm sorry if I'm offending anyone, but Bangalore biryani, please bless me. A very good evening to each and everyone present here. Let's get ahead to the whole 9 yards of your Toastmaster. Firstly, you're very astute with your intro. The whole scenario of McDonald's and Subway is what took the attention of everyone who's meeting hall. I think you've done that pretty well, and that's when you got the gist of your speech. Now, the second thing that I really loved was how you stressed on a few things. When you're talking about a few things, really says that this is the worst thing to do. That moment I realized how worse it was. So, stressing on a few things in a speech actually delivers or conveys the right point to the audience that you want to convey. So, great job done with that Toastmaster. Now, one more point that I really loved in your speech was to take a totally different approach when you're delivering a speech. Now, everyone can see that I love this particular thing, but you started your speech with, I hate when people ask me questions. That's a contradictory statement to what a lot of people say. So that's a thing that we can take away from Toastmaster. Now, obviously, there are a few things that we can all do. But this time, just like a lot of sauces, I have a lot of sauces in place for you. The first one is the clarity of thought. When you're delivering a speech, it's called prepared speech on purpose. Right? So when you're delivering a speech, come prepared. Be more prepared.
refine your speech and research your speech. Second thing, contradicting statements at some points. This was more about, you said that you're not from a village, but as far as I've observed. So it's a contradicting statement. You haven't been to a village, it is saying that as far as you're observed from the village. So that's when audience might not get your content right. How do they trust your content? These are a few statements where you can improve. Having contradicting statements in a speech will always lead to confusion. So this is the second improvement that I have to do. And the third one is your speech objective. It is more about how do the typical stereotypes, how do they understand you? So you told why are you different, but you didn't tell how they understood you, right? So shedding a bit more light on the content is something that could have taken your speech to a high level of achieving your objectives on speech. Now, obviously, the one thing that I loved again was the humor at points. It was very subtle. And it was not something like which people were just rolling around and laughing on the floor, but it gave a small smile on their face. On the whole, a great intro, and the maybe something stood out. I hate when people ask me questions stood out, and I'm going the clarity of thought, prepare well, contradicting statements, and one challenge that I have to use is humor, work more on it, will be a great relationship. Back to the general argument Toastmasters.
I know harder work was very good, but I'm not gonna give you your case again. After yesterday's experience, not yesterday. They could okay, let's see it. Coming to evaluation, that was an ongoing evaluation. So I would like to cover a few points which you have not covered. So try to maintain eye contact with audience so that they would relate to your speech more. And while you're delivering a speech, you continuously looks up. So that's one thing. It loses the connection between audience and you. And also the negatives were very well told, and the positives were also very well told. Also try to reduce the contradiction statements, and like Harsha said, be more prepared. You summarized the total evaluation, so that's one thing I would like to appreciate. And that's it. Nothing to tell more about that. And going forward, I would like to call upon my speech evaluator, Toastmaster Vinuthna, to give us speech evaluation. Over to you, Toastmaster Vinuthna.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vinay. Is there any disturbance from my side?
No.
Okay. Toastmaster Vinay, to say about your speech, it's of RRR. It's not of RRR triple R levels, but it's full of rhyming, roasting, and roaming. These are the three flavors that you carry in each and every speech of yours. Those are like the benchmark that you keep in your speech. So speaking about this particular speech of yours, and again, your opening is so humorous that you started with the point of the thermometer. Always for a particular speech, if the opening is a bang, it's so sure that that energy has been carried throughout your till the end of your speech. That's very obviously visible in your speech as well. And the very next thing is the events where you generate humor is so vast. It is so vast enough that even you have pulled the Nirima ma'am into your speech. And I'm telling you, even if we give you some traumatic or any tragic incident too, you will generate humor in that particular area. And I'm telling you, it's an art. It's not so easy to generate humor in any incident. And you have that art. So kudos for that, Vinay. And the next thing is, you generate your own humorous quotes in each and every speech of yours. Like today you have done with this. If you cry when you see your question paper, that line, it's like the bang that you gave in your speech. Every speech have this particular bang and flavorable incidents in your speech. And yeah, it very rarely happens in one speech. The thing was, you have connected the theme to your speech. Like your flow was so cool and camera is going so nice. And then you involved Rahul saying that, yes, Rahul, miracles yet happen in one's life. So even that way, the generation of humor was so good enough. Speaking about your, improvements that got, Like previously I have evaluated one speech of yours. When I compare it, I can clearly observe that you got control over your movements. That's what you're roaming. You didn't roam that much when compared to your previous speech. So good improvement, Vinay. And if you want me to give you, I don't have any more, negative feedback on your speech. But if you want to give a suggestion, you can work on your vocal clarity. See, when you are on flow, and if there is any, voice modulation is going to happen, your clarity is missing when your pitch is a bit low. So make sure that those wording is a bit clear. Apart from that, carry your triple R's, very carefully in your speech so that those standards will not get erased in your speech no matter what. And also don't forget to turn to the next side of the paper when you're writing your exam. Over to you, Rahul. Sorry, over to you, Vinay.
Thank you, Vinuthna. I will be the first person to evaluate his speech evaluation. So, as I always say, Vinuthna writes each and every point and she delivers it as it is. And I would like to evaluate myself, but I can't. So, the way you evaluated was nice, but coming to the negative part, I thought I should have been prepared more well. And I get some kind of grammatical mistakes. And that's few things I would like to cover. And let us go upon to the speech evaluator for Toastmasters Sumukh to deliver Pratap speech evaluation. Sumukh.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vinay. Hey Pratap, thank you so much for your invitation. So I guess you can consider this as an RSVP to your invite. So coming back to your speech, the good thing, one thing was your content. You started off with a question. And according to me, there are two ways you can entice the audience right at the beginning. The first thing is ask a question, and the second thing is scream your lungs out loud, saying some random word, and everyone will start looking at you. I'm really glad you took the first choice. So the questions, whichever you posed to the audience, made them realize why they need to attend this event and why you are having this event in the first place, and that's a really good thing. And the next thing is, as I said, the reason behind your event. And I really like the example you took. I mean, you said that we are around 38 people in this club, and still we don't know. A lot of us don't know each other because a lot of new members got added in the recent times, right? So you even explained why we needed this event. So that's your one more pro. And next thing could be you even said a bit about what to expect during the event because you took a callback on the previous events which were conducted by our other Toastmasters, and maybe that can pique the interest of the people, intrigue them and ask them or want them to attend the meeting. And some of the improvements were uh, the thing is in your speech objective it mentions about team building as well. So I was kind of hoping that we'll get introduced to the team members with whom you expect to execute this project, and I would have really liked it if you had done that. So that is one thing. And one more thing was I somewhat felt that there was a bit of lack of enthusiasm in your speech, considering this that you are giving a speech about a fun event, the event which you are going to conduct. You'll need to raise the expectations of the people, right? And I'm telling this to you because you are a level 4 speaker, and by now you would have already known how to speak in various environments or different topics. So I'd have really liked it if you had spoken with a bit more gusto in your speech so that people would have related to it a bit more. And but then I think that you made up for that with your comfortable stage presence and subtle humor here and there around your speeches. So I guess that's about it. On and all, it was a really good speech. Just a bit of emphasis on your voice modulation and then a bit about your team building. And I'm really expecting for this event and looking forward to hear more from you on how you plan this and all. So I guess yeah, that's about it from me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sumukh. Coming to your evaluation, it could be better if you have divided the speech into positive and negative. You went on saying that about you mix the positive and negative together and said that. That's one thing I would like to say. And Toastmaster Pratap, it would be better if you have prepared a little bit. That is from my side. I would like to call upon Toastmaster Vishnu to deliver Toastmaster Jagadeesh speech. Well,
You, Jagadeesh, faster, fastest. Very fast. Maybe faster than Superman, Lucky Charm movie. The Flash speed. He learned his speech script so much that he completed the speech before the qualifying time entered. That is the green card. I told him to complete the speech before yellow card entered. He's very fast and anxious that he completed his speech before green card enters. Coming to his speech evaluation, 3 things I observed during the start of his speech. Awakening everyone, every audience, interacting with the audience, introducing himself. He covered all 3 points by asking the audience a question. Do you know where I was born? I give a hint, that is 1971 war. He did that very well, that audience got connected to his speech so much. And Toastmaster Vinay answered to his speech that it's Vijaya. And then he started introducing himself to the club instead of introducing himself at the starting of the speech, just like normally, like everyone. And he also spoke everything like he bunked the class, he never listened to classes, he went to movies, everything, because his father is very strict. And he also introduced that he is a movie lover with 3 types: thriller, horror, romantic. So he like every movie. Again, another type, dad is very strict. Struggles from 11th and 12th standard. He wants to choose bio, but his father made him after for engineering. Because of your dad, you are telling all this. But he says for all your wellness, like you should understand your dad. And the last thing, he don't want to end up in IT industry. This is the thing which no one says, like his goal, his future ambition. He wants to serve the people, he wants to serve the country. Whoever has the dream, everyone has the dream of getting 50 lakhs per annum and going foreign. But who has that dream of serving his nation? Kudos to him for his goal in the future. And I would like to ask him to re-attempt his speech, as his speech was completed before the green card enters. That's it from my side. Over to Vinay.
So that was so detailed evaluation. I would like to say one thing. Like before you roast a person, like you should see about the rapport with him, because their feelings might hurt. So that's one thing I would like to suggest. That's not a bad thing, but you should know that. And you have covered every point. I felt the speech was too short, and you should have prepared, written a good script and should have prepared more time. So try preparing for your next speech. I'm waiting for your next speech. And yeah, it could have been better if you have included your childhood or some kind of habits, hobbies you would consist like that in your speech. So even though it's a nice speech, you covered every point within a short period of time. Try extending your speech for a little bit. Rather than that, Vishnu covered every point. There's one thing I have to know that, and that is from my side. So let's move on to the general speech evaluator, Niharika, to give Toastmaster Vijay's evaluation. Niharika.
Once again, good evening, everyone. Firstly, I would like to congratulate Toastmaster Vijayashree for completing her L2P2. Your introduction was very nice. Like you have started your introduction with the question. There you were successfully grabbed the attention of audience. And then I like the way you quoted, communication is not the way what you speak, what others understood. And coming to the audience goals and environments, everything is fine. And you have like successfully explained all kinds of communication styles: direct, supportive, analytical, initiative. And your confidence is what added to your speech. Kudos for that. And there are no much add-ons to your speech, just a couple of them. Like, I felt that your content is a bit incomplete. Like, you can also give some examples, and you can also describe a lot. As your speech is like 5 minutes 20 seconds, you can also extend it to 7 minutes. And your are also fine. And one more thing is like, your title is initiative. Whenever you are explaining the types of communication, it revealed that your style of communication is initiative. I suggest you to keep the title as like suspense, so that you can reveal it at the end. And I like your conclusion. And that's it from my side. Over to Toastmaster Vinay. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Niharika. Coming to your evaluation, well, it was somewhat short, but you have covered every point. I would like to share some points which she haven't covered. While delivering a sentence, it was good at starting and ending. The framing of sentence is very nice. And you involve persons like Vishnu and Dinesh. That's nice. And I would like to give a correction that you said something not leave him. What happened is something not leave him. That's a sentence which was mistaken, like something, comma, not leave him. That's not something leave him not. So that's one thing I would like to say, a correction. And that is from my side. So I would like to call upon Toastmaster Govind to give Toastmaster Uthejitha's speech evaluation. Good evening. Once again, I can see people sleeping around. I'll make it quick. So, first, I would like to request everyone to give standing ovation to Toastmaster Uthejitha. I give the speech. Thank you so much. Toastmaster Uthejitha, you broke the ice. You were amazing, and every good thing takes input and just gets better, right? In the same way, I have an improvement for you, which will take your speech to the next level. And coming to good things, the one thing I like the most of your speech is your delivery, speech delivery. You had your good hand gestures and used face almost most of it. And you maintained eye contact throughout your speech. Kudos to that. And in the beginning itself, you got the audience attention, right? By asking questions. Good thing, and you will also be a review officer. Coming to improvement, the purpose of the icebreaker speech is to get to know more about people and by telling yourself to be clear. But I sense that was a bit lack because you talked about college life and clubs, but we couldn't get to know more about you. So please improve upon that. And somewhere in between, you are a bit agree. I just need to suggest you to take a thought pause, get your thoughts back, and then deliver your speech. And that's it. And you did great today, and I'm sure you'll do great in your upcoming speeches as well. And we are sure that you will get a good company like Tesla again. And one challenge I would like to give you is work on your content. Second, improve on your conclusion. That is from my side. Over to Toastmasters. Nice hairstyle, Govind. I would like to include a few points. Govind, while you're giving the speech object is you rushed a lot, like you came onto the stage and said a very good. So try speaking with some kind of pauses. So that's one thing which I would like to say. And divide the speech evaluation into pros and cons so that they could understand and note it down. And which is the community your part, you use word of the day for twice. And also idiom of the day. And you said while sitting in the first bench, you only see blackboard, teacher, and collector, but you can't see projector sitting in the first bench. Yes. Okay, I don't know. And also, that was a great icebreaker speech. It was so nice.
you went on saying, like Govind said, it could have been better if you have maintained some kind of pauses between your speech. That's it from my side. I would like to call upon Toastmaster Sourabh to give Toastmaster Shambhavi's speech evaluation.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vinay. And a very good evening, Toastmasters and guests, and a very good evening again, Toastmaster Shambhavi. I know we are doing this a lot today, but let's all stand up and give a standing ovation to Toastmaster Shambhavi for finishing her icebreaker. All right, then. Thank you so much, everybody. Toastmaster Shambhavi, what an astute speech that was. You kicked your speech off with a story, which I really loved. And we all know that it's a great hook to get the audience's attention. You started off with your story, you started correlating yourself with your dad, and that was very touching and it gripped our attentions immediately. Next, you moved on to your experiences with karate. You even mentioned the number of kicks, punches, or flips that you were doing 400, 600, 500, 200, etc., which really created an impact because we all started relating to how difficult those moves were and the way that you were explained it and the way how you mentioned it and then how hyped you made it be. We really could connect with it. And I really like the emphasis on the extracurriculars that you have in your speech. I mean, you mentioned a slew of extracurricular activities, abacus, swimming, karate, drawing, etc. So many, I just couldn't keep count. And I really liked that because it brought people's attention to your interests, which is a great way to tell people about yourself. I mean, now people would approach you for advice on karate or drawing or whatever. And also you enacted a scene which added extra emotional effect and it even brought in a few laughs. I heard a lot of people in the audience were laughing at the way you enacted the whole crying, whole drama, the way you walked around. That was great. And also overall, I really liked that you focused on your interests. This is a different way of giving an icebreaker. You put emphasis on your interests, so what you like to do. And that is another great way to execute an icebreaker. But also, there is not much to say. That was a great icebreaker, Toastmaster Shambhavi. But if I had to nitpick, I would say you were listing attributes too much. And I know that this is a great way to tell people about yourself. But then where is the girl that people are supporting? So let's suppose you have a Shah Rukh Khan movie, for example, and Shah Rukh Khan says that he is this talented, this super handsome, this guy. But what is the hook? Why are people rooting for him? Why do people want to support you? Why do people want to listen to you? And I felt that that was missing a tinge in your speech, Toastmaster Shambhavi. But then I also feel like you could have had better gestures in your speech. I mean, you were gripping onto the mic so hard that we couldn't really, we did listen to your speech, but then it removed a sense of interactivity that we could have had if you had just loosened up your hands a little. You use one hand to show the gestures. It should have been great overall, but you wrapped it up and you ended up in a chronological speech. You ended up with a chronological speech. And I love that touch that you have as an anime nerd. You had good eye contact with the audience. And if I had to give you a challenge for your further speeches, I would say you practice incorporating storytelling. You do have great potential for drama in your speech. So be more expressive, Toastmaster Shambhavi. Don't be afraid. A very good luck to your next speech, and over to you, Toastmaster Vinay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sourabh. That was a detailed evaluation. Okay. Toastmaster Sourabh covered each and every point you have written. And for me, you see, your speech felt like a teacher explaining a lesson of Shambhavi to a student. And the act which you imitated was very awesome, and it's a kind of a thing which grabbed everyone's attention, and it was so funny. Also, to improve, I would say that you said you have written your speech at 12 o'clock and send it to your mentor. It was like saying, I haven't prepared for my speech well, and now I'm delivering. So reduce that kind of things, not to say that. That's one thing or a suggestion. And I hope you incorporate Saurabh's suggestion in your next speech by adding some kind of positives and telling some kind of storytelling. And that's it from my side. I would like to call upon a grammarian
So, Grammarian to give her evaluation report.
Hello, everyone. As if you have seen me walking into this room, I was carrying my laptop with an assignment in it with a deadline of 5 p.m., which I did not submit. So yeah, now I'm a little bit less stressed out listening to all your speeches, and yes, my beginning has been a bit hard. So let me give a shout out to people who have used idiom of the day and word of the day. Okay. Toastmaster Uthejitha used word of the day and idiom of the day. Toastmaster Vishnu used idiom of the day and word of the day. Shambhavi used idiom of the day. Toastmaster Harsha used idiom of the day. And Toastmaster Sourabh also used idiom of the day and word of the day. Coming to the improper grammatical uses, first speaker, Madhumitha. The improper use of silences is usually considered an uncountable one. So you have to use it as silence. And the quotes, thoughts which I liked in your speech was skin crawl, eloquent, and your reference to muddy water. I liked it in your speech. And next, another speaker, Toastmasters Rahul. The improper use was a silent guy. You have to use it as silent guy, and you have to work on your tenses. And next speaker, Toastmaster Praneeth. As a Indian, it's as an Indian. And the good thing that I liked in your speech was a script when you refer it to the person who was taking the order, and the pizza reference. And next, Toastmaster Vinay, your improper use of this part. People also get, and you have to work on the plurals in your words, and you have used starts, belongs, and some more words which you have to look. And the good thoughts phrases which you have used are the lazy jump, the open book reference, and many more things. And next, Toastmaster Jagadeesh. Okay. The good thoughts and words which I like was city of destiny, and some of the improper uses are won't alone, which next, Toastmaster Vijaya, one improper use belongs to, it will belong to in that particular sentence. And your good words and thoughts are age trait, which you explain the age, and your cup of tea, a roller coaster of emotion. And next, Shambhavi, the improper user of Shambhavi was good morning, homes, which you can use home, because you don't really. Then the good things we used was voracious, zero milestone, engineering the expenses and double movie. Then Toastmaster Dinesh, in a particular sentence you have used have paused, and it should be had pauses. Then and your and reference was good. Then improper grammatical use of Toastmaster Vishnu. You have used, he has before the green card enters, it should be he completed before the green card enters, and he doesn't in one sentence. So this is my report. Thank you.
Don't forget that was a good evaluation. I would like to add few things. The idiom of you given example of the idiom of the day and word of the day, that was good. But I thought idiom of the day and word of the day was little difficult, so that many of us were not able to use the idiom of the day.
So they used it, but not much. That's one thing I would like to say. And it would be better if you have given some kind of suggestions to improve the grammar mistake. That's it. I would like to call upon our accountant Toastmaster Janani to give her report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vinay. A very good evening to fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. Firstly, starting with Toastmaster Praneeth, you gave a whole 9 yards about food. It was a good one. And coming to Toastmaster Pratap, it was an active speech of inviting people to the next meeting. Kudos to you. One word which has been overused by majority of the members who spoke today was and. I'll list out the members' names who overused the word and. Toastmaster Praneeth, Toastmaster Shivansh, Toastmaster Jasvitha, Toastmaster Madhumitha, Toastmaster Vinay, and Toastmaster Shambhavi. Other than overusing the word and, there are other words which were overused by certain members who came up on stage and spoke. Toastmaster Praneeth overused the word now. Toastmaster Madhumitha overused the word very and it. Toastmaster Vinay overused the word said. And Toastmaster Jagadeesh overused the word I. You could replace it by telling, as it's an icebreaker, we know that the speech is about you. So the word I could have been reduced. And coming to the filler words, which was used a lot amount of time, is Toastmaster Praneeth, the word so was used 4 times. Toastmaster Rahul used the word so 4 times. Toastmaster Jasvitha used the word so 5 times. Toastmaster Madhumitha, you had the filler word used 6 times and 2 times. Toastmaster Pratap had the filler word used 4 times. And Toastmaster Vijaya had the word filler used 3 times. Toastmaster Uthejitha used the word 6 times and 5 times. And finally, Toastmaster Shambhavi used the word 2 times with the overused word of so 4 times. Overall, it was a good one. The word and I hope that for next meeting it will not be overused by the members. That's all from my side. Over to the gentleman.
Thank you, Toastmaster Janani. Coming to my evaluation, it would have been better if you have given some kind of example about the accounting at the beginning of your introduction, so that the people who are doing icebreaker could know it better. And coming to your evaluation, coming to the part where you evaluated everyone, if they are getting the R's or more than six times, you can say they are getting many R's. Not by not saying that you got different name. And also you can include everyone's name and you can tell that these people got this particular kind of R's many times. That's one thing I would like to say. And that's it from my side. And I would like to call upon our timer for today's meeting to tell you his evaluation. Sorry, evaluation.
Thank you everyone and good evening everyone. So my first meeting, so I apologize in advance if I make a mistake. I would start by taking the name and the amount time who completed their speech within time. Madhumitha, 3 minutes and 23 seconds. Toastmaster Vinay, 6 minutes and 51 seconds. Toastmaster Pratap, 3 minutes and 27 seconds. Toastmaster Vijaya, 5 minutes and 41 seconds. Toastmaster Uthejitha, 4 minutes and 29 seconds. Toastmaster Shambhavi, 6 minutes and 26 seconds. Toastmaster Dinesh, 3 minutes and 7 seconds. Toastmaster Harsha, 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Toastmaster Vinuthna, 2 minutes and 51 seconds. Toastmaster Sumukh, 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Toastmaster Sourabh, 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Toastmaster Jasvitha, 2 minutes and 7 seconds. Toastmaster Janani, 2 minutes and 2 seconds. And a huge round of applause for Toastmaster Vishnu, who took the exact 3 minutes to complete his evaluation. Now, coming to the Toastmasters who exceeded or the time limit or gave their speeches in less than the green card limit. Toastmaster Praneeth, who took 8 minutes and 37 seconds for his speech. Toastmaster Toastmaster Jagadeesh, who took 2 minutes and 35 seconds for his speech, and Toastmaster Govind, who took 1 minute and 41 seconds for his evaluation, and Toastmaster Niharika, who took 1 minute and 31 seconds for her evaluation, and that is all evaluation. Everyone make mistakes. That's not a problem. Not getting worse problem. Coming to your evaluation, that was a detailed evaluation. While showing timer cards, for first 2 speakers, like you have showed them by only for one fraction of time. So it would have been better if you have raised the time card more high. That's one thing we should learn, and that was a detailed evaluation. Nothing to say much. That's it. And coming to RSA, this was good evaluation. Part 9. We said the meeting started late, but the glitches are not always controllable. RSA gave the rules. He has audience interaction. The improvement I have is have your introduction ready. And energetic TO announcing TMoD and goal breakers is appreciable. TMoD was very impressive with the intro, the standing theme. That was a very good TMoD. And I would like to tell you that I've not come up on the stage wearing any kind of super shoes. You want to channel. Like you can remove them also. And that's it from my side. Over to presiding officer. Sorry, over to TMoD.
The 2 segments are done. In the last, I will come to theme. Like every beginning might be a miracle. In my case, also there was this success in the beginning itself, that itself Toastmasters. This was my 3rd meeting in the Toastmasters that I am doing as a TMoD. I feel myself as proud to say that is just success. Okay, I'm concluding the theme of the day by the success journey is the process of working through each step to arrive at the next one. With each step motivating and inspiring you to press on without pain. Alphabet Z may look far away from the vantage point A, but once you master A, you will see Z gaining out on the horizon. Thank you. Thank you. Over to presiding officer Toastmaster Harsha.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rahul, for that energetic address. And the voting is out on the WhatsApp group. Go ahead and vote. And whoever didn't get the WhatsApp group, go to Dinesh. Whoever didn't get the voting link, go to Dinesh. You can do it through voting link. Well, how was the meeting? If you're not replying, the stage will come to you. Don't worry. Well, how many of you are happy that we had 8 speakers who were delivering their speeches? Firstly, we had 10 speakers and 2 of them backed out because of emergency issues. They had to go to a lot of things. So a big round of applause to all the speakers and the evaluators who took up roles today. And trust me, there was no double role. That means we had almost 25 people coming to the meeting who took up roles at the same time. Yes, as well. So big round of applause to. Cool. At the beginning, I told you that I told you a small story, right? I'm not going to bore you with this, trust me. It's going to be very interesting. In 2019, I remember sitting in the same Rama hall. And the number of speakers we had for that meeting was 1. The next meeting, only 1. The next meeting, 2. That was in 2019. Right now, we're fighting for speech slots. But when we were starting out, you can ask how to Sourabh who are in the meeting right now. They were part of XCOM back then. I was a new member sitting in the first row, jumping around in the crowd. And at that time, that's where the whole motivation started. From that point of the time, we come to a stage when people are fighting for speech slots in the club. That's the amount of enthusiasm that we felt, or the bond that we share with the club. So, a beginning called Toastmasters can be a miracle in your life.
only if you're willing to make it on that. All right, with that note, please do go and vote. That's a reminder for you once again. I haven't voted. Let me take my phone and vote. And yep, does anyone have any feedback? Someone wants to share some feedback? No? Not at all interested in sharing feedback? Oh. Mr. David Gordon, thank you so much for making it to the meeting today. It's a privilege to have you in our meeting. If you would like to show your beautiful sleeves and your back, you'd like to look at your video 6. You can even play your TikTok video if you want to feel bad. We'll be privileged to get entertained. Dinesh, let me know once you're after this. You want to share some feedback on
Actually, the starting day was just here. The meeting event is so long, but it's so nice to hear everyone evaluation, the speech delivery skills. I just want to learn so much from you. I think I'll be able to learn the next meeting and all.
Thank you so much. Well, you can contact guys sitting right next to you. And generally, every meeting was not this long. So, speech marathon, you can see that the range speakers generally in a Toastmaster meeting, then guests will get an option to speak in a tabletop session. So, come to the next meeting as well, you can get a different experience. All right. Wednesday fun session. You got an invitation for the fun session on Wednesday. Please do come and attend. And this is for every one of you on Wednesday. We're going to have a fun session. Toastmaster Pratap didn't plan for it yet. If you have any ideas, go to him. You can join his team. We can have an amazing session. All right.